And we're live. Welcome to I Drink and I Know Things. Time for the Whitehouse barbecue. Holy motherfucking son of fucking God shit. What the fuck? Is this a stunt man? Is this just a guy on PCP? Some fucking raged out lunatic on steroids? What the fuck is going on, Doku? You live in that neck of the woods.
Wish I
Did this fucking guy? Did you give him the PCP, sir?
don't pin that on me.
Maybe it was.
I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say about this. I know I said it off air, but I'll say it on air for the rest of the audience. Every single day, I think we've reached peak what the fuck crazy. Every single morning after that, I'm proven wrong. I don't know what's going on with this one, dude. I really don't.
All right, we will not be showing said video because I don't feel like, being kicked off YouTube today. Maybe tomorrow we'll show it. We'll see how I feel. But so for right now,
I told you we could have.
Yeah, I didn't go through all that work. I went on a different stream. All right, sue me. Anyway, so the dude.
See that, guys? He's lazy. He doesn't want to do the work for you.
I was on a different show. It's called Networking, Sherardi. All right. Yeah. See,
you just don't want to do the work for your fans.
Hey, you know what? I will kick you. I'm kidding.
I see that sexism at its best.
Oh boy, right. Here we go. Yeah. God, we're starting early today, aren't we?
This went, took a sharp left turn at Albuquerque, but all right.
So let's start with the barbecue.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks to me like the guy is wearing that gel that they use in movies because he's just taking a stroll through the park. It just happens to be on fire. What?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I really don't know what to say about this one. Part of me finds it hilariously amusing, and part of me finds it extremely disturbing. I'm just gonna go through a casual walk on the Whitehouse lawn today. Maybe douse myself in some special effects gel, and then just casually light myself on fire. Act like just another day, in our nation's glorious capital. Nothing to see here.
Hey, no, and
angry that the Surgeon General says smoking is bad for you.
Absolutely, but no.
But he wasn't smoking. I mean,
yeah, but we got to give credit where credit is due. Homeboy with the fire extinguisher was on point. Did he know this guy was coming? Hey, yo, my buddy, he's fucking lost his mind, dog. You might want to bring a fire extinguisher out to the park.
Oh yeah, dude, they were there quick. Dude with the fire extinguisher shows up, then there's a dude on a bike, and then a freaking cop car shows up a few seconds later. It's damn. I had credit where credit's due.
Oh, did you see homeboy on the bike? He just throws the bike fuck you, bike. What are you gonna do? Tackle this guy? He's on fire. What are you doing?
Actually, I've got a theory. I think it was one of those I think he was transracial, and he was just trying to darken his skin.
Oh.
Am I allowed to make the extra crispy edition joke yet?
The views expressed by the panelists are not necessarily the views of Mad Dog Productions or anything connected to me. No, it's not mine. No, it's not it.
Actually, I think I have an answer for you guys. I'm pretty sure that he was a Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah, do we know where Danny and the dragon were when this happened?
Well, apparently they're in Washington, D.C. right around now.
Well, they could be very far, far away.
Dracarys.
Oh. All right. I mean, there's not much to say. The man was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Yeah, paint me surprised.
How that happened.
Gee, a guy set himself on fire and had to go to the hospital with life-threatening injuries? Wow.
This isn't the first guy who set himself on fire in front of the White House, though.
Oh,
you didn't even
yeah.
have class. At least the Buddhists sit there and meditate. Homeboy comes over and douses them for him. Teamwork, and it's nice and calm and peaceful. This guy is just walking around like a human tiki torch. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh.
You had to throw in the goddamn tiki torches.
What I want to know, like, this dude had to have been on drugs. There's no way he wasn't. I mean, you don't walk around casually like that while you're just lit in a neon orange blaze, smoking like a freaking car fire. Like, what on earth? What the hell, man?
Oh, no, I got it. He spontaneously combusted. All right. This wasn't his fault. He was out for a walk.
Oh, we've got the evidence. Global warming is real.
Oh, no.
It's just one more log on the fire for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's global warming Green New Deal.
Oh, see, the
fuck.
White House lawn is green. This guy was on fire because of global warming. It all makes sense now. Conspiracy confirmed.
Well, no, and you gotta appreciate the human body being mostly made up of water because he could have probably walked all the way across that park.
God. We really shouldn't be making fun of this, but it's very difficult not to.
God, no, we really shouldn't, because when I was watching it, I was like, oh no, almost in fucking tears because of this guy, because I felt so bad, and yet, God, now I'm sitting here laughing at the dumbass for starting
Join the
himself
dark
on
side.
fire.
Let the memes flow through you.
No. God damn. I actually have empathy, unlike some of you cunts.
I mean, in all seriousness, I really do hope the guy is okay and like he doesn't lose his life over this.
What a fucking dumbass.
I'm not going to say I don't think he's an idiot. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to see someone die over something stupid like this. Like,
I think if I was there, I'd have been shouting for an encore.
I was going to say, at least give us a round two, if anything.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, fucking sociopaths.
I mean, no, it is a crazy thing to see. Like, I hope this guy didn't do it for political reasons and he was just on some sort of new experimental drug, bath salts 2.0. But I mean, hell, dude, I don't even know I don't know what to say about this.
What political reason would you have to light yourself on fire and walk across the White House lawn?
There is, because that's what the Buddhists were protesting and stuff, and why they were lighting themselves on fire. But that was a different matter than what's going on now. Trump is bad, burn myself. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, can we have a couple brain cells clicking together here? Can something be like firing in your fucking brain? This is a bad idea.
Well, it's firing all over his body.
Oh, I get it, dude. The fire was a neon orange color. Orange man bad. There's your political reason.
Wow, you had to go there.
I couldn't help. Like I said, I don't know what to say about this. So the only thing I can do is use humor because I got nothing else. I don't know what to do. And also in the chat, Ain't Jack and Mox Rocks. What's up, guys?
Yeah, no, and man, okay, so did nothing else has come out? He didn't write a manifesto why I'm gonna burn myself today? No, nothing. Not an email to his fucking granddad or some shit. Hey, granddad, I'm gonna burn myself today. Do you think this is a good idea? Nothing.
Let's see here, dear diary. I think my lot in life has been proverbially set, I don't know,
ablaze,
on fire. So I'll do that to myself.
I feel like somebody at some point in time is going to end up doing a cover of a specific song, and it's going to be titled "I Burnt Myself Today."
Oh, Jesus Christ! Thanks for the internet.
Well, real quick, Ain't Jack or Aunt Jack, however you say it, says we Koreans like to light ourselves on fire as protest. Good to know, buddy. But it only works for us because we see ourselves as Koreans. What happens to one Korean happens to all of us. I suppose that makes some sense. I'll grant you that. If you have that strong of a cultural identity, and it's that unified, I could see that type of protest working to where only one person would have to do it. But I mean, you live in America now, right? So you know, America isn't that way.
No, Americans are fucking assholes.
Yeah,
we
and
do
we're
shit
gonna laugh
because
at
we're
you on the
stupid,
internet.
or we do shit because we're stupid.
Well, no, and if you do stupid shit outside the White House, you're gonna have a million YouTube commentators laughing at you on the internet while you're sitting in the hospital, probably looking at YouTube.
Or Twitter followers.
Just, I think if I was to venture a guess, he wasn't expecting anyone to have fire extinguishers, so he was just going to try and die there, and then people will push a narrative that they'll let him die without trying anything. Therefore, Trump is evil.
Do we know if President Trump was at the White House at the time?
Yes, he was.
I thought he was still in Japan.
No, he was in the White House.
Well,
Can you imagine being Trump? Secret Service comes in, Mr. President, there's some crazy guy on fire outside. What?
He'd probably just poke his head out the window and grab popcorn.
This is the one thing I'll never understand. Like, why would anybody aspire to want to be the president of the United States? Like, nah, dude, that sounds like way too stressful of a job. I'm okay. Someone else could do it.
That was
Got people
what I
lighting
heard
themselves
just
on fire.
because of one of the videos that I watched earlier today. You could be right. I could be right. It was just one of the news feed videos. But it was also CNBC, so it's
Heavy grain of salt.
propaganda feed. Yes, take it with a grain of salt.
Okay, let's be serious here for a moment. All right. No, I hope the guy doesn't die. I hope he learned a great lesson, which is, hey, don't light yourself on fire under any circumstances. It's fucking retarded. But now, next, what has the president really done that warrants burning myself on fire? Like, what? Why should I go and light myself on fire? Why? What reasons do we have here? Is there any?
I don't think there's anything anybody could do that would compel me to light myself on fire. Like, if I'm gonna go out, that's definitely not the way I want to be going out.
Okay, what about the crazy guy that shot at the White House? Popped some caps over there. Is there anything Trump has done that's so bad that warrants going to prison for the rest of your life because you're a dumbass and you just shot at the fucking White House?
Someone actually did that.
Yes, that happened. I don't remember if it was President Trump or Obama, but it did happen. I think it was Trump.
Fucking retard.
I don't know. I can't answer any of these questions with any sort of sincerity because I'm not a raging idiot and I'm not mentally unhinged. I'm an asshole, but I'm not that much.
Yeah, I think that's up for discussion, Dooku.
Oh, for you guys.
I know that he did bring prisoners into the White House after he had them set free, but that was a good thing, not a bad thing.
Mox says maybe he was cold. No, he couldn't have been cold, Mox. Global warming is a thing. We're all going to die in 12 years, remember?
Yeah, and banning plastic bags will totally help that. Fuck off, Oregon. Anyway.
We got to ban the straws first. The bags come next.
No. See, we still have straws, and California still has bags. So I'm just going to move to the border, and I'm going to sell the fucking straws to the Californians and the bags to the Oregonians, and it's going to work fucking great.
Matt Tosh is going to be selling contraband plastic straws and plastic bags. Careful, sir.
Yeah,
the FBI is going to be coming for you.
Yeah, motherfucker, you want Walmart or Shopco? Which one do you want?
What premium do the Target bags run?
I'll give you 50 for $5, man. Come on. Hand it over.
Oh my God.
We got that plastic up in here.
It's
getting
we really do. We really do live in clown world. Don't worry. Don't
I
worry.
imagine your wife is shaking her head right now.
I don't know. She's in the kitchen, but
I still imagine she's shaking her head. Out of just
no, that
listening
was
to
not a
your sheer
patriarchy
stupidity.
joke. No, Doku, that was not a patriarchy joke. You cut it out.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely innocent here.
You
I would
lied
never
through
do
your
such a
teeth.
thing. I'm a very politically correct individual. I have no idea what you people are talking about.
You should go listen to my Sharati Storytime stories, the politically incorrect version, and listen to Doku tear the living hell out of them.
I'm very PC. Okay. I want the YouTube gods and the Twitter mob to know this. I apologize for being a cis hetero white male. Sorry, and I would never say or do anything that could remotely be considered offensive.
So, if I consider myself a toaster, can I transition from a silver toaster to a black one?
No, but you could transition to a
If
gold
you put
one,
yourself in
and
the
then.
microwave. So,
These are very important questions of 2019, people. We need to figure this out.
Well, it depends on what kind of bread toasting competition you want to compete in.
In other news,
Is it wheat, rye, or raisin bread?
yeah, but no, in other news, speaking of the trans community and LGBTQXY elemental P, the 49ers. That's right. The San Francisco 49ers NFL team. You know, we're big and bad. We're football players. They have a new outreach program for the LGBTQ, XYZ, LMNOP, etc. community. And they are the first in the NFL to do so. Are they going to be laughed out of the NFL? Should we just kick them down to fucking semi-pro? Like, you're done. Like, just be gone. And
Honestly,
remember, right? No. And here, I am wearing a 49ers shirt right now. It's been my favorite team since I was fucking 12 years old. I'm pissed. I've been pissed since Cap took a knee and I stopped watching football. But now I'm just like, really? Why do you even care? I get it, San Francisco. But you dumbasses, you moved your stadium to Santa Clara. You're the Santa Clara 49ers at this point. Fuck you and get the fuck on.
Honestly, I think this might be a headline for like 3 days. I don't think anyone's really going to give a shit. Like, if I was part of, say, alphabet community, I'm not going to go to a freaking football team for like an outreach program. Like, no, I don't care. Like, just do what you're supposed to do. Like, play football. This is the same sort of shit when like actors and actresses start trying to give political opinions. Your job is to be an entertainer. You're not a political commentator. Shut up and do your job. Entertain me. Dance, dance, dance.
basically, they seem to think if they try to act all #woke, that everyone will just start pouring in and they'll get more sales. Well,
and also, in the chat, what's up, Irate Prostate?
Hey, Irate, how you doing, man?
I love what the trolls did with the hashtag.
Oh God, good transition. Let's talk about that right there. Okay, so 4chan comes out and says the hashtag is now white supremacy. What does CNN do? Well, it must be true. It's 4chan, you fucking idiots. For the love of God, learn the internet.
Actually, I know MC. Please don't hate me for this, but I do agree with Tim Pool with his assessment of this one. The media, they know what they're doing. They know they're pushing an obvious troll. I mean, we've heard people on air before when it came to what was it? The Clown World meme. They knew it was a troll, but they still ran with the narrative anyways because they're so desperate to get clicks and make money. They don't care if it's a troll or not. It's just something they can push. Which is why it's so easy to troll the media.
Oh my God. I love the fact that it's 8/8 and, well, anyone who pays attention, and I don't want to get your channel struck, so I won't say the rest, knows that it's got an HH in it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All credit for
Oh.
this goes to the voice of one. Thank you very much, voice.
Oh,
Would you
voice,
like
you're
to,
brilliant.
give your artist rendition here? What were you going for in this art piece, sir?
Oh my god.
He's just showing off the new border wall security system.
Dracarys.
Oh my god.
I think we have a thumbnail winner. Thank you very much, sir. I will
Oh,
be saving that and
voice.
using that as the thumbnail. We
This
better
is-
stop sharing for now, though, because YouTube gods are mean.
This is what happens when you don't bend the knee.
I like that, though. Trump's just like, yeah, should have had him be doing the okay sign.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Oh, I'm going to hell. Here, I'll come in with me.
Oh,
Now I've got a
internet.
fucking song stuck in my head.
But no, like, seriously, when is mainstream media gonna learn? Do not get your news from 4chan. Even YouTubers know this. We know this. We don't go to 4chan for our fucking news. You do though, and you're CNN.
Well, it's not.
What?
I think
It's not
CNN
just
might-
on.
oh,
Sorry. No, go ahead. I
I
stepped
was
on
going
you.
to say, I think it might be more insiders, with the media. Like they know it's a joke, but they're also a part of 4chan, and so they want to try and make it seem like the media actually believes it and tries to push it.
I honestly, as much as I kind of hate to say this because it makes me shed a tear for the future of the human race, but I think the media definitely knows it's a joke. But I think the bigger part of that that little dynamic is they also realize at least 50% or more of their viewership are just fucking retarded and don't spend enough time on the internet to know what a troll is.
Yeah, that's boomers for you.
Oh, the sad thing is they do spend time on the internet. They just don't do the goddamn research.
Oh, the problem is most of them spend time on the internet, but they spend time reading things like WAPO and frickin' New York Times and CNN and Drudge Report.
And
Real quick, I want to talk to the chat. Irate says, I have seen many memes created in 4chan, and he learned about the dossier the Christmas before it surfaced on 4chan. Irate, if you want to come on, the link's in my Discord, man. You're welcome to join us. If not, I'll read your comments if I think they add to the conversation, of course. It's just, yeah, okay, you can dig through 4chan and maybe get a scoop. Yeah. But there's also, well, all the trolls on 4chan trying to get the media to make a big deal out of nothing so they can giggle and laugh. And there's also the autistic fucks who find what's his name's fucking flag wherever he hides it.
Shia LaBeouf.
It could be in it could be in Hitler's bunker and they would fucking track it down. I mean,
Never underestimate the processing power of weaponized autism.
It could be in Elvis's coffin and they would still find the goddamn thing.
seriously, they use constellations and shit and fucking flight paths of planes in the shot to track that flag down. And then they used a drone with a flamethrower on it to try and burn the flag. You don't fuck with these people. All right?
Oh, gotta love 4chan.
All right.
yeah.
I will be back in about 10 minutes.
Toodles.
See ya, bye.
Bring a sandwich.
Oh. Just had to sneak that one in there at the last minute, didn't you, Dodge?
Damn right. By the way, if you're still listening, I like pastrami and cheddar cheese. Some pickle and tomato, too. Yeah, all right. Anyway.
Sure, she heard you.
But all right, I don't know, man. Are the mainstream media, mainly MSNBC and CNN, going to keep falling for this crap voice?
Sorry, what?
See, that's why I throw the ball to you randomly, because you're just sitting there playing video games. I'm on to you.
I'm not making fucking memes.
All right. So is CNN and MSNBC going to keep falling for the trolls over and over again and making themselves look like idiots to the point where CNN shut down its London office yesterday?
Yes.
Short and to the point. Doku, can you elaborate? Because our Irish friend is short on words, long on memes.
I mean, yeah, they are, only so long as it continues to get them clicks in their mind, and they can hope and pray it'll bump their ratings up, but in reality, it just makes them look like complete and utter morons. But yeah, they'll keep falling for it, as long as it gives them something to write about.
No, and irate. Swiss only. I don't really like Swiss cheese that much. Sharp cheddar is my preferred, but you know, I'll bend a little bit. Provolone, that's good.
As long as you don't put pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. You know that meme where Homer backs into the bushes?
You heathen.
Yeah. Where's memes at when I need him? He's the other pineappleist. We gotta stick together.
Oh God.
The pizza wars of 2019.
that just gives me a new idea for 4chan. Somehow make pineapple on pizza a symbol of white supremacy or cultural appropriation.
You're an asshole.
See, it's even worse because you're appropriating pineapple, which is traditionally Hawaiian, and you're appropriating pizza, which is Italian. So you're double egregious on that one.
Yeah, people who do that need to be shot.
You're outnumbered here, Mad Dodge.
But all right. Moving on. Okay, so right after Game of Thrones is series finale, Kit Harington and his wife checked themselves into rehab, quote unquote, for excessive drinking and stress. My guess would be they know the show sucked and it drove them to drink, and they just don't want to be out in public. They're hiding in a fucking rehab center, playing fucking chess and drinking margaritas. That's right. They're drinking in rehab. You heard it here first, folks. Definitely not fake news. Definitely not.
Yeah, the thing is, it wouldn't even surprise me if they were. Like, I mean, I can understand, like, being in the kind of a public spotlight like that, because I forget the name of his wife, but what has Kit Harington done that anybody remembers him for besides his role as Jon Snow? Anyone? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I mean, I can understand being under mentally crippling distress over the fan outrage and backlash and probably spending way too much time on Twitter. But still, man, like, come on. For $5, Brian the Observer, thanks for the super chat. Those that put pineapple on pizza are banned from my kitchen. Well, there you go, Mad Dodge. You're now officially banned.
Well, thank you for the super chat, sir. And hey, I like pepperoni too. Come on, we can meet halfway here.
Yeah, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Oh. Ouch. People that like pineapple on pizza are now terrorists. They are enemies of the state, people. Hunt them. No, do not hunt them down. Never mind. What am I saying?
Oh, God. Somebody photoshopped Mad Dodge's avatar with a MAGA top hat eating a slice of pineapple pizza. Too far.
But what do you think?
Much.
Do you think? And I know that my son's crying. My wife took something from him. So, yeah.
It's all good.
But no. Okay, so what do you think? Was the season so bad it drove Kit to drink?
I mean, considering some of the fan reaction and the cast reaction before everybody started coming out, like freaking out over the petition thing, think about it. This is kind of like your breakout role. You are the most popular television show, and you know the season finale last season is going to be crap. Doesn't seem like any of the actors and actresses were happy with it. And then you get this mountain of freaking backlash from both sides of the aisle, like not just the left leaning, not just the right leaning, like the SJWs, the diehard Game of Thrones fans, like everybody freaked out over this. Yeah, I could see how that would kind of be a mentally stressful situation. So I'm not gonna talk too much shit, but I still do kind of find it funny. It's like, dude, you got paid a ton of money for this. You have one of the most iconic roles in history, even if it did end on a sour note. Just give the middle finger and say, screw you, I'm still a millionaire over this, and call it what it is, walk away.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, with this fan petition going around, I don't necessarily think, I think he checked into rehab just to get out of the spotlight, just like leave us alone for a while, because, yeah, we get it. Because even in the interviews, you can see, like, what do you think about the end? It was disappointing. Yeah, it was, wasn't it, buddy? Right? It was very fucking disappointing. I mean, seriously. And how you doing, Irate? Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Good. How y'all doing? Thanks for the invite.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey.
Yeah, no, we're speculating here, and that's all it is.
Yeah, talking about Jon Snow, aka Kit Harington, checking himself into a hospital.
Well, it was a luxury rehab center, so I'm sure he's got a spa, a pool. Him and his wife probably have the same room because she checked herself in too. Well, and I can imagine them sitting together watching the season, and she's just looking at him going, "Really, really?" And John, she's like, "Really, John?" That's right.
She's McQueen.
Yeah,
she's McQueen.
Right,
she's McQueen.
No, and she still calls him John.
Fucking queen.
All right. So she's like, "Hey, John. What the hell? I'm dead for a couple of years. You're banging this blonde bimbo, and now she's killing everybody. See how that worked out, huh?" And he's like, just taking shots of whiskey.
You
like,
still know nothing. Jon Snow.
Oh God, I can imagine an entire parody soap opera.
What are you gonna do, Egret? You're gonna shoot me again with an arrow? Fucking.
You know, there's got to be a porn out there somewhere, man.
Oh, I'm sure there's several.
You know, I know, man. Funny as shit.
Rule 34 is indeed a thing.
Indeed, man.
But no, all jokes aside, do you think the last season's failure is what's stressing him out? Because I would speculate that that's what it is, probably.
I think that it was the culmination, because the way I read it is that he like broke down after the last shot. And you know, it was very difficult for him to compose himself, and so he decided to check in. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he was, you know, because he was emotionally overwhelmed at this, you know, this labor that he fucking hated and loved and made him, you know, what he is, and gave him all this fucking money and shit, and you know, his beautiful wife, who was raised in a castle, by the way. Rose Leslie is, her family have some kind of old school land shit going on.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty fucking awesome.
I think it's in Ireland too. I may be wrong with that. Yeah, no shit.
That's one of my that's one of my heritage countries. I'm kind of jealous now.
No shit. She's hot. But you know, so you know, all this shit's happened, and you know, everybody. This was like really prominent with the Star Trek fuckers, right? Like Kirk and William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and all of those guys. They fucking, after, you know, like for 5 or 6 years after Star Trek, you know, that's all they heard from people was, you know, Captain Kirk, blah blah blah, and they fucking hated that shit, you know. And you know, I don't know if you ever saw the Saturday Night Live parody where, you know, he's at a Trekkie convention and he tells them all to get a life and shit, right? It's funny as hell.
No, I haven't seen that, but that's an interesting view on it, because I did see the speech he gave the cast after they wrapped, and he really was like, you know, this has been a major part of my life. I consider you guys all family, and it seemed like he was sincere and not, you know, just saying it like some actors will do. where they really hate each other, but they just say it to say it. He seems, sincere.
Well, yeah, and the whole deal between he and Amelia Clark, because they're supposedly were close friends, or somebody's gay or some shit, because they had no fucking chemistry whatsoever. Not even feigned chemistry. I've seen gay guys pull shit off. You know what I'm saying? And make a romance look, more believable acting wise.
Yeah, that was. It looked like it was. Have you seen Zach and Miri? It looked like when those.
Yeah, exactly, man. Bingo, spot the fuck on. And it's because she and his wife are really tight. They're supposedly best friends and shit. It's really, and it's interesting. I tell you who I really love is fucking Maisie Williams, man. That kid is crazy. She is all kinds of fun. And I mean, have you seen any of the shit that she and the chick that played Sans? I can't never remember her name for some reason.
I had it and then I lost it.
See, you see what I'm saying? And and they have done all this crazy shit. And just look them up. When you get a little bit of time, you're bored on YouTube and shit. I mean, funny. That kid is just a hoot. And then I saw a post on Norman Reedus's Twitter where Maisie Williams was with him, and she looked fucking stoned, dude. I mean, fucking straight up hardcore, red-eyed, glassy, stoned eyes, man. I mean, that's the kind I'd have to. Yeah, I couldn't get around Mama catch me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to put some.
That's great. Well, she's of age now. She's like 20. What?
Yeah, she's
20?
like 22 years old, I think. 22 or 23 years old. She's, she's a petite person. So, yeah, she's a grown ass woman.
You brought up Norman Reedus. Okay, I have lost track of The Walking Dead. Me and my wife all the time. Is that shit still
the whole fucking show's lost track of it, man.
Are you serious? It's just out there.
God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, you tell me. They killed Carl. Rick has disappeared. Michonne's leaving. Oh, yeah, Lauren Cohan left before all of them.
So who's left? Norman Reedus and the dude that plays
and Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just those two.
And Morgan went over to the spinoff show. And how the fuck did he get all the way to Mexico from where they were? Like, explain that
fast, man. That's all I'm saying.
Fast travel.
That motherfucker. Yeah, he's got some kind of special feat.
He runs faster than Gendry.
Indeed.
It's all that martial arts training.
Yeah, it's that old Gendry getting across the fucking Westeros in 2 days.
Yeah, but he fucking rows a boat for 3 seasons. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. That's funny as shit, isn't it?
He just had to work his legs out, man. You're only getting upper body workout when you're doing all that rowing.
Absolutely.
And then blacksmithing on top of that.
Oh, man. And
actually, I never thought about this real quick, but this is kind of a nitpick that I'm going to make because I can. How is Gendry the fastest? The only, his entire profession revolves around upper body strength. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, the last 2 seasons make no sense anyway.
And that Warhammer was way too big for him.
Ain't Jack in the chat says, why do Americans elevate celebrities far above their social station in society when they are actually literally just one step over prostitutes and pimps?
They're professional liars.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought a lawyer was a professional liar, or they're interchangeable.
No, a lawyer lies on your behalf, right? So,
yeah, I prefer the term ambulance chaser.
Yeah, that's only for
everybody hates lawyers till we need them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you want the best, man. It's like, holy shit! I'm so glad.
Mad Dodge, check your Discord.
I've spent a lot of time around lawyers. I'll put it that way. Yeah, not in a professional way or any way, since just yeah.
Now there was a group of lawyers that I always went to one of the bars that I used to drink at before they had to shut down. I don't know. I don't have the same hatred for lawyers that a lot of people do. Like, I mean, they do their job. I mean, there's sleazy ones out there. Like, you're always going to have your Michael Avenattis of the realm.
Absolutely.
But I mean, for the most part, yeah, they do have a decent moral compass by all things considered. Man, get these motherfuckers a few glasses of scotch in them. God, you'll have stories for freaking days.
Well, yeah, no, and Candid just finished law school, and she's waiting to take the bar. So if I ever get in trouble in a certain state, in the South somewhere where she's at, I know who to call. Hey, I need a lawyer, or at least a reference.
Because she's gonna let you be her client. She's that stupid.
Oof. Well, what do you expect from someone that puts pineapple on pizza?
I know, right? And fuck you and your sandwich request. Or demand, I should say.
By the time it got here, it'd be like a gas station sandwich. I don't want that anyway. No.
Well, then what'd you even ask for it for anyways, you dumbass?
Why, did you make it? Send it overnight shipping. No.
Wow, he just pulled a Sargon on you. He wouldn't even accept your sandwich.
And then he wanted it anyways.
Yeah, see, pulled the Sargon. I wouldn't even
eat your sandwich.
Now I want to be B&B.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that just made me a huge glass of iced tea. Sweet tea.
Oh,
Ew,
that sounds
sweet
damn
tea's
good.
Nasty.
No, it's good if you do it
It's
right.
not sugar sweet. It's fucking fake sugar.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But all right. So
I like my pancakes.
I mean, when it comes to Game of Thrones, I mean,
It's a stupid fucking show.
that petition's about to hit 2 million.
Who gives a fuck? They're not going to do anything with it, right? It's a waste of time.
I can understand people wanting to express their displeasure with the way the season turned out. It's kind of a funny thing, but I'm not going to go out of my way to sign a fucking petition. They're not going to do jack shit.
Well, here's my deal. Is they're taking this a bit literally. Everybody knows they're not going to do anything. It's a message, nothing more.
All right, I have a take on this. Okay, at the end of year 5, D&D were pretty much on their own, right? And Martin, they told Martin what they wanted to do with it, right? Martin says, well, there's certain beats you got to hit here, here, and here, right? And they said, okay, and then pretty much we're going to just do, what we, where we see the characters going and shit, right? And he said that was fine. See, I think that this was a brilliant way for Martin to sell these last 2 fucking books.
Oh, I don't disagree. I think we talked about this.
One, I want to talk about the last season just because I have a contrary view. I think the season was fine. I thought all 6 episodes, the cinematography is second to none. I've seen shittier movies filmed, you know what I'm saying? People like Charlton Heston and shit, like those kind of movies. This looked absolutely beautiful from the first shot when the kid like runs through the crowd and climbs up the tree, and then you get the pan and see Winterfell, and then you pan back and you see all Khaleesi's army and shit. I mean, that was all well done, man. I think that they didn't have enough time, right, to make these changes believable, right? Because Khaleesi went from, hot to cunt and like that. But then again, I've known some girls, I've dated some chicks that were the same way. So I don't know, man.
Any woman can do that believably in 2 seconds.
Well, no, and Irate, here's a question for you. My main problem with season 8, which it would extend into season 7, is the writing was sloppy. It seemed like they just wanted out of it, and then we find out they have this contract to go do Star Wars, so we know that they just wanted out of it. Do you think the writing is strong? And if you do, you back that up a little bit.
Well, to be honest, no, not at all. I thought the writing was the worst part about it. I think that the actors and the crew and the people in production and shit, they did the best that they could with what they had. There was a lot of lazy writing. What about the way that Melisandre just fucking walked out and poof. She got old and fell in the snow. Who gives a fuck? Right? I mean, that was the dumbest fucking death out of the bunch, I think. Varys was the best, you know, because and it was interesting because he had sent a bunch of those. You notice how those crows never got anywhere. That nobody else knew that Jon Snow was Rhaegar Targaryen.
That's a hole because
that's a huge plot hole, man.
Yeah.
It's like, what about those fucking crows? Did they all just get? Oh, maybe Bran warged them and made them commit suicide in the ocean and shit. Let's say that.
No, that's a bad habit that Dan and Dave have. Is when left to their own devices, and this goes to other things they've worked on before. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
They did that,
but they have if I remember correctly, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were the writers on that. Okay. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I'd need to fact check myself. But if memory serves correctly, yeah. Oh God, don't remind me of that. Although best post-credit scene from the Deadpool movie, just stick to the timeline.
All right, meaty.
But no, Dan and Dave have this bad habit of starting plot threads and then kind of just I'll use their own words. They kind of just forgot about it.
Yeah, like they got ADD or some shit, man. It's like a squirrel, boom, you know.
They do. Like, I mean, and they have a bad habit. Like, the Hollywood circle jerk loves to prop Dan and Dave up as being these, geniuses when it comes to writing screenplays. And I'll give them credit. I'll give them credit where credit's due. They have a really good take when it comes to taking source material, like a novel, and translating it into a screenplay.
Something I didn't bother to ask. Are these guys, are they gay?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm saying?
I know they have a long working relationship, but I have no idea.
It struck me like, I've never even thought about it. It just struck me in the head right there, just then.
That's a good question. I have no clue.
I don't think so. I think it's more of a working fucking relationship, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, see, that's the kind of shit that pops in my head, man. I think the dumbest shit anyway.
Loved the accent.
Yeah, I don't know where that fucking came from either.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, back on what Eric Prostate was saying, the best part about Game of Thrones has always been the acting and the production and the cinematography. But ever since season 7, it was the writing that's weak, which I stand by my statement. I think a lot of the actors and actresses that are now coming out and trying to defend it is probably because of some sort of contractual obligation to do so.
I agree.
But
and are you going to shit on? Are you going to shit on the thing that made you who you are?
Well, no, absolutely. And here's the thing, Doku. I have the first 3 seasons on Blu-ray. I'm going to buy all of them just because I like to have the whole collection. But here's the thing. The first 3 seasons, best part about it was the writing. But that was all George's words.
Yeah, that was all based on Martin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and you can tell a tone shift once it gets to the later seasons. And this is why I point the finger at Dan and Dave and why I'm not nearly as forgiving as I might otherwise be. HBO wanted 10 seasons. They wanted at least 10 episodes for season 7 and 6. And Dan and Dave told them they could fuck off. So it's like, okay, that's how you know. They just wanted to be done with it because they had greener pastures to move on to and burn to the ground like King's Landing.
Did you see George get asked? It was for some premiere or something. But George R. Martin got asked, hey, are you upset about the end? He's like, well, not really. I mean, they're able to do what they want. But, I told him it can go 13, 14 seasons. And there would have been enough time for me to write the next book.
Just make sure you buy my books because the ending is going to be a lot better.
That's kind of what he was saying there. Yeah, you're right.
And Confederate got put on hold. All right. Because they're doing this, they're going balls out with this fucking Star Wars thing.
Okay, yeah, on the Confederate thing, I was interested in that, obviously, but I think they're gonna write where, the South won, but they're horrible, evil. It's like Donald Trump, but times 1,000. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think it was going to be some woke stupidity. You know, just I think that they're like, I think that shiny object has lost its luster with them, and now the big shiny object is to fucking resurrect what's left of Star Wars and try to breathe life into it, like the Mountain, right?
Well, they'll do good on the first two movies.
Audience.
First two movies will be golden. Third one's gonna suck, guys. Welcome to Game of Thrones world.
That'll be great. I'll probably be dead by the time the third one comes out anyway.
Well, I'll drink to your optimism. Jeez.
I don't know. I'm just saying, man. It's like shit. As long as shit takes in Hollywood.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised
that's
Disney
like waiting on politicians to do some shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're going to be waiting a long fucking time.
Bingo. Yeah, but they did do X-Men Origins Wolverine.
God, such a god awful movie.
Oh,
I would love to sit them down and just fucking focus on that. Now, whose idea exactly was it to do the Deadpool thing? Where you took all these powers from these,
Well, and the thing is, they see, if you want to get into the mind of Dan and Dave, since I know we've talked about Game of Thrones, so I'm not going to go into detail on that, but they love to do things for the sake of one-off or sensationalism or spectacle. Yeah, that's where. Shit up? Oh, and that's the thing. That's why their writing isn't very good. It's not very deep, which is the polar opposite of George R. R. Martin. Like he makes shit way too deep. So you're sitting there like highlighting pages through a couple 100,000 words trying to figure out who Jon Snow's freaking parents are. Dan and Dave are the polar opposite. They're Hollywood writers. They're like the Michael Bays.
No, that's why I think fucking tabletop gamers would write better than people nowadays.
Oh, hands down.
At least
well, that's kind of what's happening. We're seeing the emergence of that.
Oh, that's why I said it the last time I was on a stream with Dodge. I'm saying it now. There is no character in any of these goddamn characters.
Well, and so back on the X-Men Origins Wolverine thing, I can tell you exactly why they decided to do what they did with Deadpool. It was all for one fucking cheesy one-liner gag joke. Wow, they finally managed to figure out a way to shut you up, huh, Wade? That's it. That's the only reason they did it, and because they probably thought the character looked cool. Nothing else. Well, no other reason.
And here's the thing about Dan and Dave's writing being so shallow. I'll tell you what. If I have to sit around and watch you explain to me why you made a scene the way you did, then you made your fucking scene wrong, dude. You fucked up majorly.
Just a bit.
Well, it's interesting because in most of the other series that I've been big fans of, when the fucking showrunners wrote the scripts, those were the best episodes, right?
Oh, yeah. And real quick, I want to address Ain't Jack in the chat. Ain't Jack, just for clarification, when I say deep, I don't mean there's like any philosophical or great message behind George R. R. Martin's writing. I mean, he knows how to write complex storylines and characters, almost at times, actually more often than not, to a fault. Because I'm sorry, man, his writing is wordy as shit.
Yeah,
he's a historian, man.
He's the Stephen King of fantasy writing and sci-fi writing. And how Stephen King's is in the horror genre, where it's a giant tomb of a book, that's George.
Although I'd say George is 10 times worse. I mean, anyone who's read George R. R. Martin's writing knows it's not a book that you can sit down and finish in a day. Like, I have to take a break after reading just one chapter because it's just a thick-ass wall of text the entire way start to finish, which is why he's such a damn slow writer.
Yeah,
but I digress.
All right. Wait, real quick. Breaking news. Louisiana lawmakers pass fetal heartbeat bill that bans abortion as early as 6 weeks. Democratic governor expected to sign. Repeat. The Democratic governor is expected.
And that tells you what they think about the midterms.
Okay.
What was that, Eric?
I said that kind of tells you where the midterms are going, to the center. So
Yeah.
all these extremist fucking candidates, man, they're just going to suck shit out of the party. There's going to be infighting, probably for years.
No, that just means that there's an old school governor and another bill that's going to go to court.
Right. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And there's going to be another autistic mob on Twitter losing their shit.
Well, real quick though, that's Louisiana, that's Missouri, that's Ohio, that's no, Virginia was going to go the other way. Is it Florida is the other state that did it? Because no, Georgia. It's Georgia.
Yeah, so Georgia and Alabama.
And Alabama. So you got 5 states, all pretty much southern, other than Ohio, which is, north of the Mason-Dixon, but that are all going to bring a case together before the Supreme Court. They've all pretty much signed the same heartbeat bill.
Pretty much.
How do you guys see this playing out? And I'll go ahead and shut up and let you guys discuss it for a minute.
Well,
I don't think Roe v. Wade will. I don't think Roe v. Wade will ever be overturned. I don't. That's a precedent that hasn't been set yet. The Supremes have not overturned any Supremes. I don't think they'll make it out of appellate court. To be honest, I don't think they would even want to hear it because it would be if they overturn a previous, Supreme decision. Right, then that sets up a precedent that they don't like. All right, when you start getting to the point where you're like, taking one loss records and start fucking with them for people, they start taking that shit personally and get more political that way. So it's the third rail, man. They're not going to touch it. It's nothing. It's going to come back to the states as a negative from the appellate court, and it'll stay. And those won't, that's my opinion. Now it's through, a federal imposition of federal statute. Now that's going to be what's to be seen. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think Roe v. Wade will be overturned. What I do think might come out of this, though, is maybe some kind of precedent for solidifying states' rights over federal rights and regulation. That I could see happening. But as far as Roe v. Wade, and I know all the people are like, oh, it was based on a lie. It's about women's privacy rights. Well, I've heard so many different arguments. I couldn't care. But it's not going to be overturned. It's not going to be in the world, guys. Don't worry. They're not going to make abortion punishable by the death penalty or anything like that. Like, you can calm the fuck down. But it might set an interesting precedent for the state to be able to exert its power as they should have had under the original governmental system, as it was founded back in back when the United States still acted like the United States in a union. But I don't know.
I think there are a lot of people that are of faith who traditionally voted Democrat, who are kind of looking at this, with hopeful eyes. They would probably never verbalize it
because they know if they did, they would be ostracized from their
exactly.
Well, how many Catholics are in the Democratic Party? And that'll tell you how much life. That'll tell you.
My mother voted for Kennedy just because he was Catholic.
And was your mother pro-life?
At that point, abortion was illegal, dude.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I forget.
That's an interesting story.
I need to mail you a cane for Christmas.
She was approached, as a matter of fact, in a diner by this lady that told her she could get her fixed. She can get that taken, like a alleyway type situation. And of course, I'm sitting here right now, so she said no. But she told me about that one time. I was like, holy shit, that's fucked up. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, it was fucked up. Because that's the last thing she wanted to hear, really.
Do you think the Democrats are flipping their shit right now? Because Louisiana is a blue state. It has a Democratic governor. and now they're going to sign a heartbeat bill in the law. That has to make Nancy Pelosi lose her cotton-picking mind.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Probably not, because in her heart, and you've seen some of the shit that she's done against Alex Crazy Eyes Cortez, she is an old school liberal herself. She does not like socialism as much as MC would go against what I just said. You know it's true.
Yeah, but we're not talking socialism. We're talking about the abortion fight, and Nancy is fully in the pro-choice side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so am I.
Yeah,
well, no,
no, it's
sorry about the dead air. I
Pelosi.
thought somebody else was going to talk. But no, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know my opinion. I am.
Oh, yeah. We've had a couple of arguments about this.
Well, see, I guarantee you Pelosi is probably really pissed off about this, but I guarantee you she will not say anything in public about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be her talking crap about her own party. And there's already enough infighting with all the freshmen coming in, the Rashida Tlaibs and the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortezes, and God, I hate her.
Ilhan
Have
Omar.
you guys watched that fucking that
Ilhan
Netflix
Omar,
movie
yeah.
yet?
The what?
God, no, and I will not go 10 feet near that thing.
Oh, dude.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you over Doku's loud ass voice.
There's a documentary that documents AOC and 3 other Justice Democrats, in quotes, people.
Oh, yeah, the things that the Young Turks control.
Right, they were running
there,
and they were all running against Democrats, incumbents.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just call them the Young Turks Party from this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they are.
You know what? I think I'm going to audition.
You should. God, please do. That'd be hilarious.
I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Dude,
I can dance.
I should create another YouTube account and just be a total leftist and see if the Young Turks would invite me to join them. I could be the mole, guys. It'll work.
Do like a parody account.
We could take them down from the inside.
That's right.
Oh God, we're going full Saul Alinsky.
Except you are a cis white male, and you have had your face.
You need to try to throw it all at him, for God's sakes.
And you have had your face on camera before.
Did you just assume his gender?
I have.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I have had my face on camera before. They would pick me out of a lineup. Damn it.
They would.
And I'd be in the interview room. You can see it. I'm in the interview room, and there's Anna going, "I'm better than you. Get out." I'm like, wait a minute. I flew all the way out. You get the fuck out. Okay. Okay.
You're
just keep a hot mic. It'll be good content. Oh God. Please never do that again.
No, I can see her using Trump's quote against him.
Oh, it wouldn't. I'm surprised she hasn't done it already.
Oh, it'd be great. I go in there into the interview after doing the Glenn Beck thing, right? So I got Cheetos all over my face.
Oh God. Oh
like,
shit! That reminds me.
Hire me.
And then
that
Dodge
reminds me.
Fires back. You're firing the Cheeto Fuhrer's son.
God. I both love and hate you people.
It's because we hang
that
around people like you all the time.
I accept no responsibility for this. I'm technically a millennial, so I feel entitled to disavow any and all things.
Oh my God!
Did you get yelled at by a little kid?
No, no. Is she there?
Oh my God!
Was that Ken?
No, I don't know who that was. It wasn't on my end.
I want to end the show, honestly. It's been almost 4 hours.
But I just got back. Let's go.
I don't give a shit!
All right!
Quit playing dumb. Quit it. Quit being an awful human being. Like, stop. You stupid.
You are so beautiful.
You stupid fucking cunt.
Yeah, I'm fucking better than you.
Fuck you.
You got an entire Anna Kasparian soundboard.
Irate, you are so great.
Oh goodness, that was wonderful.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I've been in kung fu and karate for a long fucking time.
Oh my god.
I mean, they have cities in Africa. You are aware of that, right?
No, not at all.
Who the fuck is Joy Sparkles?
Ooh.
Oh my god, I forgot about Joy Sparkles.
Ah!
Dude,
Quit playing dumb. Quit it. Quit being an awful human being. Like, stop.
But I tell my kids that all the time. Quit playing dumb. And if you don't believe me, ask anyone who's ever talked to me in live chat before.
No, that's great though. Irate, you could do a whole like half an hour stream where you don't have to say a word.
Or you can talk to Anna Kasparian. And
that'd be
she
great.
can make
Yeah,
her.
I'm fucking better than you.
You really think so, huh? You're adorable, sweetie.
It's a village of village idiots.
I know, right?
Was he talking about my channel?
No, nothing personal. No, it's just,
No, it really is. I'm so
busy doing
glad.
things that are relevant. I'm busy doing things that are relevant.
Oh, do you have fucking miserable on there?
no, I don't. No.
Oh,
These are
that's the
some-
best one. It's miserable.
That's
Just miserable.
So gorgeous.
Miserable.
Oh man. So did you just like? Is that your keyboard you're using, or do you have a separate soundboard hooked up?
No, dude, this is my secret is $4.99 at available on Steam. It's called SoundPad.
Ah, I'll have
Yeah.
to invest in that.
Yeah, and I know it's $4.99, man. I've been fucking getting a lot of mileage out of it. I put it that way.
Your fucking computer can't handle that shit, Dodge. It would explode in your face, and then your wife would kill you.
Hey, I'm not MC. All right, I don't blow computers up.
Get the fuck back! Stay
No.
back!
Oh god!
Why didn't you move to
Stay
Africa, I
back!
guess, is the question. Why didn't you move to Africa, I guess, is the question.
Why does Sargon always sound so smug? Is that just his, like, does he talk like that around his wife? I mean,
That's just the way he sounds. Like he consistently has that same sort of tone and talking pace, I guess you could say. Like
He always
I don't-
sounds like a pompous twat.
yeah, he doesn't emote or change his voice up or
Yeah.
like it's just.
I
don't
don't get wet at all with that shit. I'm just saying. Does not float me boat there.
All right, so we're moving into the second hour. I did want to talk a little bit about near-death experiences. This idea that while you're on the operating table, that you can actually leave your body and observe them operating on you or other events.
Oh,
Yeah, Irate. I was going to throw this to Doku first, but I'll go ahead and throw it to you. Do you believe that actually exists? And if so, how would that work?
dude, you got me. But I distinctly, well, I don't know if I just dreamed it, right? But during one of the surgery where I had my gallbladder taken out when I was a kid, it was like 18 or 19. And I do remember seeing part of that from like above. It was weird. It's a distinct memory. I can almost recall it now.
Well,
Right.
that's interesting because I don't see how that could be a dream because I had my tonsils removed, and this is what I remember. I was talking about I had a snowboarding trip I was going to in a week or so with my school, and I was talking to the doctor about snowboarding, and he's just talking to me about snowboarding, and then nothing, and I wake up in a separate room, and there's a bowl of ice cream in front of me. That's it. No dreaming, no nothing. Like under anesthesia,
Right.
I was just done, black, nothing.
Yeah, that was my heart surgery was like that. the hip, yeah, all of them except for that first one probably, because I when I was coming out, I know that they had a problem with my heartbeat, and they had to, I think they had to pump on me a little bit. I don't think I was supposed to remember that, but the surgery seemed like it was, it was okay. And then boom, that's all I remembered. And then I woke up with them pushing on me and shit. I'm like, okay.
Well, no, and in the chat, Aunt Jack saying empathic perception. You don't literally see it, but your brain creates the image. Okay.
Maybe I can see that happening.
Then if you are not medically literate at all, how can you actually identify what they're doing? Because these people actually say they watched them make the incision this way. They saw it all. And then there's other stories where
your eyes are partially open. It is possible to create an image and see things because your eyes are partially open.
Right. So they'll tape them down usually now. But yeah, back in the day, everybody would be like, yeah. And so you're seeing shit, right? And that's going into your brain. Those light.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What about these people? Like, okay, so there's a History Channel documentary on it that I've seen a million times, and this guy says he got in a car wreck, and his near death experience was pretty much being dragged into hell. How would you explain something like that? Doku, we'll throw it to you first.
See, yes, you got to ask the person who's agnostic. I don't necessarily believe in the idea of heaven and hell in the traditional sense of the word. I believe in something. I'm not going to pretend what that something is. The only thing I don't believe in is coincidence. But I will say, when Kim had passed away, I obviously haven't died and I haven't had a near-death experience, but I have talked to enough people that have and been resuscitated in the case of Kim, where there should not be any brain activity. She is quite literally dead, but somehow still a conscious thought of some sort, if you could call it that, remained. I don't know. It's something I can't explain. I can only take the word of other people and their experience for it. Like this happened to my mom when she had to have an emergency C-section back when I was very little. And, she was technically on death's doorstep, so to speak. I don't want to go into telling her story without asking her first, but I'll just say there's a lot of shit that I really can't explain. I've struggled to explain it. I don't know what to say about it.
Well,
is it possible?
We're not here to explain it, Doku. We're here to ponder the idea. It's more philosophically. Could this actually exist? And if it does, that would be proof of a soul, maybe even an afterlife, right?
I'm not going to completely discredit the possibility. This is one instance where I really do have to be a fence sitter, because I've heard enough for me to at least give the idea some kind of credibility. This is indeed entirely possible, or it's not. I don't know. There's no real way to argue if there is or if there isn't. The only thing I can really point to is, if there isn't, then why has the idea of an afterlife or religion collectively throughout human history been a thing? Is it something that's just hardwired into us?
Well, if you think about it, like, all right, so do you remember like what happened before you were conceived? Right?
Well, obviously not.
We're finite beings, man. And the whole fact, if you think about the vastness of the goddamn universe, like just on a fucking concrete level, we're nothing. It's literally, we're insignificant. And I don't think that we can accept that as human beings with a, forebrain, right? And I think that, part of me really wants to believe that there's something, next. right? But if there is, I'm not gonna know what's going on. You know, me as who I am right here with this brain and shit. I that's not going to be the part of me that goes on. Right? These atoms and shit, they'll go back into the earth as ashes probably. And then what, another 200 billion years, something happens, and then the earth gets recreated or some kind of planetary shit, or we're a part of a star. I mean, you can get deep on this stuff. But spiritually, I don't think we know, and that's the reason that the idea of it's like FOMO, fear of missing out, right? But that's what I've got, right?
Well, there's so many stories that really involve near-death experiences, and then there's also the lesser version of that, your life flashing before your eyes. I've had that happen to me before. And it seems like and it's literally just flashes. And I was falling, a root broke, and I was falling towards a bunch of rocks and a highway at the bottom. I got lucky, and my back slammed against the one tree on the whole fucking hill. I got lucky, but yeah, I saw my life flash before my eyes. And
so how fast was that drop? Did it seem like it lasted longer than it did?
Yeah, it seemed like time slowed down. Yeah.
That's when trauma. That's why it imprints on us so strongly. Negative stuff because of that. But it's like when we're experiencing that kind of thing. When at the moment of death, as the brain starts dying, DMT is released as part of the process, right? And and they say that's where all the visions come from. I can see that. It's if you think about it, if it is that way, and if we are nothing but a bunch of animals, and this is just a fucking just a roll of just a random deal. The fact that you explain what fucking space is to me. I don't know what it is. I don't even, it's like, why? Okay, if this universe is this universe, then where the fuck is it? Right?
Not in the Deadpool one.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's like if it right, it's you start talking about theoretical physics and shit. It's like, okay, we can get really deep now. Because
what's really interesting, if you want to talk about quantum physics and how they describe it as vibrations, the
multiverse,
the Kabbalah has been explaining everything as vibrations for thousands of years. So that's really interesting how our science is catching up to our mysticism in a way,
right? And a lot of the shit, 500 years from now, a lot of the shit we do today will be like, they'll be going, holy shit, can you believe they did that? Because I mean, think about it. If you think about the creators of what we call civilization today, right? Organized thought in regards to politics and the way democracy and republic works, right? That all goes back to Greece. And back then they believed that there were literally, living gods that fucked with their lives. Right. Mm. And we look back on that, it's like, well, that was kind of dumb of them, but there was other smart shit that happened. Right. And the same thing is going to be us. It's like, probably in retrospect, it'll probably be our consumption of meat.
There were also people worshiping cats too.
Yeah.
In a sense, we kind of still do, because we have to clean up after them, brush them, take them to the goddamn vets. Fucking mangy animals.
Oh, any cylinders firing over there?
Yeah, I'm contemplating your idea of explain space to me. Like, where is it? I like that question. That's a very interesting one. I guess the first string I would pull on is space is a matter of perception.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously space to me is not going to be the same as it is to you, nor as it would be to Sharadi or Mad Dodge.
Exactly.
Because or even if, say, there is life on another planet, this is why human beings view the Earth as the center of the universe and the sun orbited around it, not the other way around. Because from perception, that's what would seem like it would be obvious until you start applying the scientific method and start using observable, relatable points of reference to realize, like, it's actually the other way around. But as opposed to, like, where the universe is, I know the only thing decent we have to look at is the electromagnetic background radiation. But I mean, space is just so vast that there's no real way to even say if that's where the universe ends, or maybe that's just I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a really big fucking star that makes everything else in our universe look like nothing, and that's just the radiation we're seeing from it get warped around the mass in our little pocket of space. We have no way of knowing.
Right.
Well, and Yorkie, you've been quiet for a while. Any thoughts on near-death experiences as a whole, or specifically what they've elaborated into? If you got your theoretical physics hat on.
Don't think I've got anything that I could add, really.
Have you ever been clocked by somebody, Rourke? Have you ever been punched in the face and then wake up on the ground and shit? Yeah.
I've been punched in the face, but I strangled him till he was almost unconscious.
Well, I was going to ask you, it's like, do you know what happened while you were out? Did you have anything?
No, I don't think I've ever been knocked unconscious. I've passed out from complete exhaustion, but that's about it, really. No, I haven't really had any experiences like that.
What do you think about it?
I don't know, really. I don't really know what I could add to it.
Okay, well, no, it's just an interesting idea philosophically, because for some reason humanity as a whole has this need for a spirituality. It has a need for an afterlife. It has this need for a god or gods.
Well, see, now you're clumping a lot of shit together there, dude. You know,
I am. I'm trying to expand it, so maybe
I get you. I do.
You guys get out of the theoretical physics part where we're.
I get you.
There's a hamster in the chat.
Oh, I haven't seen you around in a while. Hey, James, how you doing? But no, the reason I'm clumping it together like that is because a lot of the near-death experiences do involve either a bright light leading them towards the pearly gates, or a darkness dragging them to the gates of hell. Wouldn't you agree? A lot of the stories do end up that way.
Yeah.
So you would lump religion in there, would you not?
No, not at all. I think religion is in itself a separate thing, and spirituality is a different thing. You know, just because I may have a concrete concept of what I am physically and corporally, that does not mean that I don't have a spiritual side to myself that I need to nurture. You know what I'm saying? Because I think what a lot of people try to do is they try to exclude shit, right? And say you're either this or you're either that. And we're all like, shades of gray, except for fanatics. And you've got fanatics on both sides. You've got fanatic, anti-theists, and you've got, fanatic religious people,
I think those are called Scientologists.
Or jihadists, or Opus Dei, in the more fanatical manifestations, there's fanatical Mormonism and shit.
Actually, speaking of that, is it just me, or has there been a lot more pagans around over the past couple of years? It seems like they're just crawling out of the woodwork now.
But they started growing in the 80s, late 80s, and so it's a lot of people are saying we're kind of swinging the pendulum back more towards a more feminine type of approach to society, being social and shit. I don't know about that.
I could see the argument. I don't know if I would agree with it, but I can see it. Back on the just a quick point I wanted to make in regards to religion, spirituality, and science. I've always thought about it like this. And this is the reason I consider myself agnostic before I actually really get into my point. Organized religion has always had a heavy hand in socio-political aspects. Say, that's why it feels like, oh, this was a Christian nation, this is a Muslim nation, this is a Buddhist country. Organized religion has always had that aspect to it. Now, so that's why I exclude it. As far as spirituality goes, I view it as the attempt to understand that which is intangible or not observable. You can call it mysticism or myth, legend. You can call it fucking fantasy. I don't care what you call it. Science is the attempt to explain that which we don't understand, but is still at least observable or tangible. So in a weird way, spirituality and science kind of go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. It's just, they're both an attempt to explain something that we don't currently understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally see that.
Yeah, just a distinction I wanted to make.
Well, no, and the thing is, that's the reason I expanded it, because I knew you guys would go into it a little bit deeper. I don't know. I just think, there's many studies that have been done on, well, not many. There's one study that was done on trying to weigh the human soul, and he got results. And then you hear all these stories about near-death experiences where they are completely accurate when they describe the procedure done on them when they are observing themselves. Other stories, they head out into the halls, and that's when you get your bright light or your, dreaded darkness. From all, all countries, all classes of people, all races, this is, human. It's not necessarily cultural, right? So there must be something to
it. From a spiritual standpoint, yes. And you can look at plenty of religions, and all tend to have sort of, not the same stories, but kind of the same underlying feel, like the same, I don't want to say theme, but at the core, everything seems rather similar. It's when things start getting expanded upon and the human element actually gets injected into it, that's when the waters start to become a little more muddied and a little less clear. So again, that's why I don't believe in organized religion, because I'm only human. I'm not so arrogant to pretend that I understand anything and everything, especially if there is a divine. I sure as shit don't understand that.
No doubt.
Yeah, but if you meet the Pope, are you going to kiss his ring?
Probably not.
Fuck no. Do you know how many people have a goddamn disease?
You're like, I'm going to get Ebola off that ring. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, from health implications aside, no, I'm not going to do that, because if I take the teachings of the divine, literally, I should not bow, nor should I worship any idol, especially not that created by man. So why should I worship or hold any other human being in higher regard than another? So no, I'm not going to bend the knee, and no, I'm not going to kiss your ring.
Yeah, but to see the stuff in the Old Testament, it's an interesting argument that people have. Because it's like if a person claims to be a Christian, then they would have to follow the adage that Jesus said, I am the new covenant. I'm the new promise. And all covenants that came before me are abated. And I interpret that to mean that everything, that was written before me, it's like, throw that away. I'm teaching a new way. Because he was not the God of vengeance. He didn't raise floods on people. He brought people back to life, shit like that, right? And
actually,
go ahead. Yeah, he got bat on a tree one time, Right?
I'm trying to remember.
That's an interesting concept, Irate, because what that would do is that would explain the difference in tone from the Old to New Testament, because the God of the Old Testament is a vengeful God. The one of the New is a forgiving one.
And that's technically the God of the Israelites and the Jewish people. And that's why they have difficult times with like spiritual programs, because the concept of the way God operates in your life is different. I'm not judging it one way or the other. And so they have a difficulty with shit like Alcoholics Anonymous, spiritually based, programs like that, because, their concept of how the shit works is different. And, it makes sense to me.
I know there's a very distinctive line that's shared in both the Torah and the Old Testament that kind of sets that whole tone for it's a vengeful God.
Yeah, the Torah is in the Old Testament.
Yeah, but there's a really specific line. I think it's in relation to, if I remember correctly, obviously I don't read the Bible or the Torah that frequently. It's in relation to Sodom and Gomorrah. And it had something to do with the reason that both were destroyed. But the tone that I got from it is it kind of comes across as like, humans are kind of enjoying themselves a little too much and not spending enough time worshiping me, so I'm going to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, vain God, yes. That's the way I've interpreted it too.
Yeah, which I mean, if you kind of deconstruct it from not a spiritual standpoint, but just from I guess a human standpoint, that would be like me saying my neighbors keep having sex and I'm some evil cis white male incel, so I'm gonna burn their house down. Like that's the way it sounds like. I mean, if you really think about it, that's kind of what it is. It's like, oh, you're engaged, you're enjoying yourself too much.
You burned his house down because he didn't mow your yard.
Okay.
or that.
You're talking about the Bible, but what about the shit from the Apocrypha, such as the oh fuck, I think it's
the Apocrypha. All right, it was the books of Tobit, Judith, 1 Maccabee, 2 Maccabee,
Thomas,
Esther.
No,
you're talking about
Thomas.
You're talking about the Gnostic Gospels,
the ones that the Catholic Church specifically wrote out of the Bible.
No, there's 89 Gnostic Gospels, and out of all those, they put 4 of them in the Bible, and that was Constantine that did that.
Those I have not read, and I probably should.
Yeah, because there's the Mary Magdalene supposedly has a gospel.
Jesus himself.
Yep, there's the story of Jesus by Jesus.
Yeah, which they didn't say was by Jesus.
I really don't. But he was obviously of Middle Eastern descent. That's obvious. But anyway, why does everybody stick on that? Of course, the Europeans painted him white.
He practiced Judaism.
Well, yeah, but why does it matter how the artists portrayed him in the Middle Ages? Of course, they portrayed him as one of them because, well, obviously, come on.
You're using models. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm gonna go now since it's midnight and I need a shower.
All right.
Sorry for not adding anything to it.
Hey, man. Let me know if you're gonna take that hour-and-a-half trip. You know where, because I want you to take a cabbage with you if you do.
Yeah. We'll have to try and see if that can be arranged.
No, it doesn't have to be on Friday. It could be after. But actually, matter of fact, a garbage bag full of cabbages. That's
I kind of want to reach out to you in Discord and a DM, but I won't do it. I won't do so currently, since I know you got shit to do.
Well, you can send me. I'll look at it later and reply.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't add anything to the
Oh no,
Oh
it's
no,
okay.
don't worry
Me and
about
Joe
it.
were talking about this topic last night, and I kind of wanted to bring it up on air. So I just thought it was interesting, because nobody really talks about near-death experiences that much. Figured it was interesting. But good night, sir. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I tell you, it'd be interesting to talk to about it would be AP because he did die.
Actually, yeah, AP would be a really good person to talk to about. I'm sure he has probably has a stronger opinion than any of us.
Oh no, you're right.
If
I
you
should
could
have reached
ever
out.
get Sinatra on here, he'd probably be another interesting person to talk to because of all
Never met
the.
Sinatra. I don't know him, but I could DM AP. I probably should have did that. I didn't even think about it. Damn it, irate.
No, I'm just saying that he would be a good one to talk to. It's like because technically, all right, when they did my surgery, they had to stop my heart, but I was on a heart-lung machine, so my brain was still getting oxygen. So I don't see that as a death. My dad had the same exact surgery. He thinks he died. Okay, it fucked with him bad. It fucked with me bad, to be honest. But where was I going with this? It was like but I didn't have the experience of getting awakened by the paddles, by the shock or anything. And he describes that very vividly. I really didn't even probe that shit when I talked to him. I don't know, that can be, it's
no, exactly. AP had how many heart attacks so far? Like, damn,
three.
It's almost a bingo.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what happened with Kim. And I've told this story before, so I know she won't mind me recounting it. So when I say I woke up to her dead, she died from a heart attack. She has a long QT syndrome. So it's like when the left and right ventricle beat at the same time, it causes cardiac arrest. So needless to say, first off, the one thing you never want to hear is the sound of somebody's last breath leaving their lungs. It sounds literally like a zombie. It's utterly, it's fucking terrifying. But yeah, well, it's a lot heavier actually. It's a lot more like raspy. Yeah, like you hear it. It's not something that's like
I feel you.
like you hear it. It's a heavy everything's out. Like
no, that's interesting. I've been in the room with two people that have passed away. Anyway, go ahead. You're all right. So you heard her breathe her last breath. What happened?
So I had to call the EMTs. We were both asleep on the couch. So I had to move her off the couch, move furniture and shit out of the way, and hands in the middle of the chest, 6 inches down, then pump, hand pumps until the EMTs actually got there, and they had to defib her twice to get her heart going again. But medical stuff aside, the one thing she described to me is while she was dead, she said like it was dark, there wasn't really anything, it was kind of nothing. But for some reason, she still has the ability to recount that she was conscious enough to still realize there was nothing. Right? But she's still self-aware. So it's like, well, by the time the EMTs got there, by the time he got to the hospital, like, you're clinically pronounced dead. Like, they pronounced her clinically dead in the freaking ambulance. And something like the mortality rate for this is like 78 or something percent. Like, it's a really high mortality rate. So that's why, and I don't know, Ain't Jack, the EMTs did whatever they had to do, but I can tell you, like, there was no heartbeat, there was no pulse. There wasn't shit. Like, she should be dead. Why she isn't, I don't know. I can't explain it. That's why I can't really explain any of the near-death stuff. I don't know. All I know is she was clinically pronounced dead, and she's still alive and breathing today. You guys have talked to her. And I even had the head of the entire ICU come to me and ask me what I did. And I said, I don't know. I just called the EMTs. She should be dead. There's no clinical reason she should be alive. Even the doctors are still in what the fuck. Like, the last time I went to the hospital, which was several years ago, they even like are still talking about it. Like it's something that should medically not be possible. So that's the reason I say I can't explain that which is unexplainable. All I know is that there's proof that it's true. It happened.
Which
How or
means she
why?
still gets
I have
to
no
yell
idea.
at you.
Yeah, there's my blessing.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
is.
I don't know. I mean, all I care about is the fact that she's alive. I don't really care how it happened. The doctors obviously do, but I don't. All I know is she is.
Yeah, no, and all right, we got about 20 minutes left. Hey, Irate, who are you interviewing this weekend?
Oh, a lady named Chat Mort. Or Chat Mort.
What type of stuff does she do? I haven't heard of her.
She's it's God, it's really weird to describe her stuff. Let me go to her page again. I actually started hearing her like connected with the Lords of the Night stream, and she was on there one night, and I just said, "Man, this is an interesting person." So, let me pull her up.
Oh, Exile or Excel's stream that he does, right?
No, no, you're thinking of Knights of the Coffee Table.
Okay, yeah.
Lords of the Night is Randy Monkey, Scribe Light, and Satsu 2 Cents.
Oh, okay. I watch Monkey's stuff, so
Randy Monkey's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of how I ran into her. But she's cool. She does the kind of politically stuff, and she also draws and stuff. So there's a lot of facets going on, there, and there's probably a little bit more. So it should be interesting, nonetheless. I do every other week. I do male, female. So I try to.
Yeah, no, and
yeah. I'm kind of OCD about that stupid kind of shit. I swear to God, it would fuck with me if I couldn't.
And let me guess, Dodge falls on a female night?
No, he's not. No.
Actually, no. He'll be interviewing me on the 9th, right?
That's correct.
And hey, just no pineapple and pizza questions. All right, I've had enough shit for that.
That means you're now obliged. You're obliged to ask if they put pineapple.
You know what? I've eaten a pineapple and ham pizza, and it was pretty fucking good. So
Oh, you're heathens.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, it was like I didn't order it, but I was fucking hungry. I was stoned.
I mean,
now that explains it.
Yeah, it makes.
If you were starving, I mean, legit starving, I guess you would eat anything, and I do mean anything. But that's legit starving time, not, oh my God, I'm hungry. Because pineapple. Ugh.
Pineapple is okay on pizza, you darn Nazis.
No.
Cut it out. It is. It's fine. All right? Just calm down and step away from the pineapple. There's pepperoni right next to it. You're good.
No.
What if I told you that AOC puts pineapple on pizza? Would you still eat it?
No, fuck no.
No, I don't.
I'm done. Fail, I'm done.
She
is the most empty vessel. I mean, for God's sakes, if there was ever a term to perfectly describe her, empty vessel is the perfect.
Well, maybe one of you fellas needs to fill her up and give her some knowledge.
Yeah, hey Doku.
I mean, at least two of you have a brain.
Yeah, Doku, taking one for the team. You're the closest there. Force feed her.
Don't you dare volunteer me for this.
At least. Okay, you can sound like a duck. Go away now.
It's a suicidal mission. That's right. You're not coming back.
You might not come back alive.
So
I'm a cis white male pro-capitalist libertarian. There's no way I would fucking last a minute talking to that woman.
Call me Snake.
Come on. No, if Rachel Green can be red pilled, then AOC has hope. Come on now.
I don't know about that one, Matt Dodge. You're reaching there, me. I think.
No. I
maybe...
rolled a charisma score. Did it work? No.
To be honest, I think that a charisma score is exactly what could change her mind. The right dude.
And by score, you mean?
No, I mean just yeah, that's exactly what I mean. To be honest, if she met the right guy and fell in love with him, and they engaged in heavy, deep conversations, and he actually knew what he was talking about, he could change her mind pretty fast.
You're assuming that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez actually has the mental capacity to understand deep topics of conversation.
No, you tell me, all right, this guy, all right, she's got a degree in fucking economics, all right?
Look at the way colleges are teaching nowadays.
But my point is that she didn't know what she said about Amazon was going to fuck up so many people's, good time. I mean, and she's got a degree in economics. I think she was sucking that economic professor's cock.
And that's how she got her degree.
Ding, ding, ding.
Here's the thing about college and why, yeah, I understand I needed the degree because jobs require it. But as far as actually education, no, colleges don't teach you jack shit. They make you go through the motions. Okay, I'm going to go a bit of a tirade, so I apologize.
Go for it.
Our education system is based on the Prussian school of education, or Prussian educational theory, which is not the same thing as like Socrates or Plato, where they're teaching you to question and try to figure out answers or question the unknown, look at the what's observable, what's tangible, talk about philosophy, have open debates. God forbid we have an open debate or differing opinions on a college campus.
No, not anymore.
No, not anymore. So
hey, Doku, I just rolled for you. You had 2 botches. Sorry, you're done talking. All right.
Screw you.
I really did.
What the fuck?
Asshole. What our education system does nowadays is it's designed to teach you to have respect and adherence to authority, be on time, know what you need to know, don't ask questions, especially if you don't need to know the answer and it's not relevant to the job you need to do. It's designed to train factory workers. That's what the Prussian educational theory is. It's not about deep thinking or anything like that. It is quite literally essentially a boot camp of sorts.
Right.
That's what it's churning out. It's churning out ideological factory workers. And college is no different.
So what are they teaching? Are they still teaching geometry? I mean, because that kind of focuses
only as far as what they need to know. They literally teach you what to think, not how to think.
So they're not teaching you how to do a theorem and postulates and all that shit.
Not if you don't need it for a job. If you go to college, then you can learn shit like that.
Overnight.
There are 2 of us taking college courses. Doku is, and I'm going to an online university for my history degree. They do teach you critical thinking. They do teach you how to read between the lines and to actually get a coherent thought. In my film course that I just started, they are teaching you how to dissect the film and to tell the difference between plot and story. And they're also going to teach us lighting, I guess, in week 3. Like, that's going to help.
Now tell them what you're going to college for.
Well, it's not, but it's a good elective, and I'm doing YouTube, so it will help.
Tell them what you're going to college for.
I said a history degree, my BA in history. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mad Dodge, I'm going to give you some pushback here, Mad Dodge. That's all well and good, but at the end of the day, who's going to be grading your paper? How do you get that grade? Whose ass do you have to kiss to make sure you don't fail? Well, the professor. Adherence to authority. Even if they are teaching you critical thinking or read between lines style thinking skills, there's still an adherence to authority. That is still part of Prussian educational theory. So if I examine a film and take something away from it that my professor does not like, and I have had this happen to me on multiple occasions because most professors tend to be of a more left-leaning persuasion, and I like to challenge their ideas. Well, I've been failed simply for random bullshit.
Well, no, and I don't know. When it comes to the university system, yeah, there's problems here, but is it on a whole rotted from the inside? Not yet, I don't think. You still have universities that do teach history just non-biasly. You do have universities that do have their stupid, whatever women's fucking course. I don't even know what it's called. So
Women's studies.
Yeah, there you go. But then you also have the MIT Tech, where you have all STEM skills. I mean, it's not completely. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying.
Most state colleges, though, man.
So in STEM, yes. I mean, that's very much a black and white, paint by the numbers sort of degree. So you're not going to run into a political activism for the most part. If you're smart, what you'll do is you go to Rate My Professor or some other similar website and know who your professor actually is before you take the course, but you should do that to begin with anyways. It's just being on a college campus. Just because you're going into a STEM field doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to be surrounded by people of a specific political persuasion. And we all know how the groupthink hive mind mentality acts when you don't fall in line lockstep, boot to boot. It doesn't make for a very good social life. And that's the other problem with large college campuses, and why I actually prefer community college, trade school, or online school, is because I don't have to fall in line lockstep with the boot, the jackboot regressive left, or the NPC SJW groupthink, because I can't be bothered to be harassed. I'm trying to do my job. I don't give a shit about your activism. Go fuck yourself. But the NPCs don't see it that way. One of us. Fuck that shit. But that's why I say these are factories churning out ideological factory workers.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Well, I can't remember where I was reading it, but there was this article about like all these kids that are fucking rage quitting their jobs because they're not like being promoted fast enough, right?
Yeah, because everybody nowadays is I, me, my. It's all about them. And that's literally what they're taught from grade school up till college.
See, this is why when, and full disclosure, I'm a millennial, but if I threw a temper tantrum in a Toys R Us, rest in peace, or a Walmart or a Target because I wanted the $100 Lego set and I was only getting the $20 Lego set and I decided to make a scene, I'd be walking out of that store with at least 2 spankings and I wouldn't be getting any fucking toys. Yeah, nowadays, parents just buy them the $100 Lego set just to shut them up. Like, parents don't even understand parenting anymore. Like, I'm sorry, you can't bend to the whims and wills of every little wishy-washy fucking person. Like,
takes a village. What are you talking about, man? My woman wrote that book. It's awesome. I mean, come on now.
Talking about it.
All right, so we got about 7 minutes left. Sherardi, are you going to do any more of your nice politically correct stories?
Yeah, I was. My co-hosts, one is ill, apparently permanently, and the other one is in here with you.
Yeah, I stole all your friends. Wham, wham, cry, cry. Build a river.
You're a dick. Give them back.
That's right. Build a river. What?
Did you tell her to build a bridge? First, she has to build a.
I meant to say build a bridge and get over it, but I said build a river. And my buddy just showed up a little bit ago. He's like, build a river. I'm like, fuck. Oops.
I don't think that's how it works. I mean, you could build a moat, I suppose.
I could probably build a river if I really wanted to.
Look at that. Have you done the 3 little eco-friendly fucking pigs?
Oh, God. Yeah, I think she did do that one. Yeah, she did do that one.
Ow, 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 ow. Am I hurting you? Here, let me do it again.
Oh, so just something funny that I wanna bring up because I can't wait to. Since I've been busy all day, I haven't had a chance to go salt mining.
Go away.
And hello.
No, you can't. Go the hell away, you irritating little shit.
See, this is how parenting used to be. But no, just something real quick. Since I haven't had the chance to do my daily salt mining, does anybody have some entertaining little blurbs, some quotes, maybe a story about some irritation over a certain border barrier that might have been privately funded somewhere around the El Paso region in Texas over Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, I saw that thing on it, man, that fucking Pinoy put out. That was
dude, they put that shit up quick.
I mean, dude, it was like bam, 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 bam. They were done.
Oh yeah, it was. I watched the video too. I was like, holy crap, man! Like these guys weren't playing.
They weren't. Indeed.
But I'm just surprised I haven't heard any open borders advocates or Congress individuals come out and scream at the sky like they usually do.
Well, real quick, last 5 minutes. Irate, did you see Borderless by Lauren Southern?
No, I haven't watched it yet, man. You know, I was going to do that the other night, and I fucking I got stoned and I missed it. I guess. You know, it's like one of those things.
All right, then I'll leave it alone. Watch it, man. I think you and Brian could do a hot take on it. And I think you might agree with her rather a lot. I know I did. I'm not saying you're necessarily completely aligned with me. I'm just saying, you know, it seemed like she did good work.
Good.
Yeah, I actually did watch it, and I will say the political bias takes a back seat to just actually figure out what the hell is going on and then trying to analyze it and then come to a conclusion. There is not a heavy-handed approach to it one way or the other. It is honestly probably some of the best reporting I've seen in quite some time. It's very much on the ground.
Goku, would you say that she was not faking the danger they were in Turkey?
No, I don't think she was faking it at all. Wait.
And let's leave it at that so Irate can watch it. Doku, you guys gonna be doing Exiled Opinions stream on Friday?
We should be. I don't see why not. It might be a little bit earlier. It might be sometime around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So pretty much right after you'll probably be done streaming.
Oh, nice. We'll have a double header on my channel. That'll be great. By the way, we've hit 1,400 plus subscribers, guys. When we hit 1,500, we're gonna do something. Maybe a long ass stream, maybe a 24-hour stream, which I'll need some help with that because I'm not a crackhead. So you know,
are you sure about that?
Yes.
Sometimes you act like it.
Mad Dodge needs he needs some more super chat so he can buy an 8-ball of cocaine. Help Mad Dodge out.
I'll read the 3 little pigs.
Yeah, we gotta go full Charlie Sheen and get this shit done, buddy. All right, we're
God.
doing that tiger blood. Winning. Winning.
Surprised that guy's still alive.
I'm Charlie Sheen. Where's
You're really not, and you don't want to be.
Yeah, no shit, man.
But Irate, you doing another hot takes here before Sunday? What's your
Doesn't
next
Charlie
show?
Sheen like have to like mail his like used condoms into like a biohazard container when he's done with them or something? That was a bad joke.
I think he just burns them in the fireplace. But you know, it works.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that was actually something serious. Like,
it's like, oh fuck! I was just joking. Fuck. Tomorrow, Big Fat Brian and I are going to be looking at a movie called. Actually, we're doing documentary. June is going to be a doc month, right? And we're going to be looking at the drugs and the war on drugs and the drugs affected by the war on drugs and the people affected by the war on drugs and the money affected by the war on drugs and the politicians affected by the money on the war on drugs,
So,
et cetera, et cetera. And tomorrow's
drugs are bad, okay?
Okay. We're watching It's called Weed the People. And it came out in 2018.
Weed the People. I like that.
It hit me a lot different, a lot more different than I thought it would. So if you're into it and you see it by this time tomorrow, you're more than welcome to join us to talk about it, because it'll be a verved discussion to be.
Is it on Netflix?
For sure. Yeah,
I have.
It's on right now.
All right, man. I'll check it out.
Watch
then.
it.
Yeah, hit me up and remind me, because I'll watch it tonight. My buddy's over.
Right.
He'll probably watch it with me. He likes weed.
Cool.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. It was.
But
caught me off guard, like
I want to thank again Brian the Observer for the super chat, dude. Always thank you so much for helping out the channel.
Give us more money. We need the money. Or that shit.
No, and turn off that pesky ad block. No, I'm kidding.
God.
I'm kidding.
Never go full mundane. Never go full Boulder King.
Yeah, no shit.
I had to.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I'm a soy-filled bitch and flag your videos.
Guys, on that note,
I
take us out of
having,
here.
I love having dicks in my mouth. I love having dicks in my mouth.
Yes!
Good night, everybody. We're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. West Coast 6
Yes.
over. If you're a dumb Yankee, I'm kidding, Eldritch. I'm just kidding, kinda.
Hey, 6 o'clock in my time too, bastard.
Hey, nobody cares. Aren't you in flyover country?
Oh. Internet downtown! Yes!
All right, we're out of here.